How have the last few days been with the manager leaving?
Yeah, yeah, it's been hard because all the lads love the manager. He's been fantastic, especially for myself as well. Over my career and even when he's been away from the club as well, he's been fantastic. So it was a sad day when I seen it in the papers that he was leaving.
Nobody wants to see anyone lose their job or go, but did you feel like it's a point that maybe a fresh approach might get more from the players?
As you says, we never want to see any manager going. What the managers gave to this club over the last 20 years. He was a fantastic player at this club, a fantastic manager as well, and he's had two spells. And there's always going to be ups and downs, and there's always going to be heartbreaks. But I'm sure the manager will be feeling just as bad as anybody else as well. Sitting in the house, he'll be a bit disappointed as well because he would have thought that he could have turned it around. But it was just one of these things that happens in football, and as you say, no, we don't want anyone ever to be losing their job.
Do the players feel some responsibility for what's happened to Neil that he has now left?
100%, yeah. The lads are in that dressing room. We've been chatting, and there's a lot on our shoulders. As I say, the gaffer's left, and it's what we do out in the field, and he puts the team out on the pitch, and we've got to make sure that we produce the results and produce the form. And we've done that in the past, and the results based recently haven't been good enough, and that's a lot on the lads.
Scott, have you spoken to Neil, and has he explained why now was the right time to part ways?
We've not spoken too much depth about that, so a few text messages and that back and forward, but nothing too much now, and we'll let the dust settle, and then we'll have a chat later on.
How would you feel his legacy should be viewed over the course of time?
The manager's a legend at the club, as a player and as a manager as well, and he wants the best for this football club no matter what happens. Whether he's here or he's not here, he's always wishing the lads the best. And as I says, when he wasn't here the first time, there was a lot of hard situations, and he was still picking up the phone to the lads and making sure they were all right and making sure they were doing their best. So he always wants the best for this club, and that's a hard thing when you leave a club as well. But he still wishes the lads all the best, and John as well.
And now with John taking over till the end of the season, has he said that he intends to change much? Do you think that much needs to be changed?
We've had a couple of chats back and forward, and I think it's just trying to get back into winning ways. The two of them were very close together, and especially the last 6 months as well. And they've had a lot of heart, and we've won a trophy as well. So there's mixed emotions as well. But it's always a hard day for anyone leaving. But John's came in, and I think it's pretty much game by game as it goes on now. So we need to try and do the best for John now, and try and make sure we pick up performances and try and win some games and start playing good, attractive football again.
There was some suggestion that he might ask you to help with some of the coaching. Has that been the case, or are you just going to focus on your football?
No. I'm still too young for that. For me, I'm doing my coaching badges and stuff that I'm learning from John quite a lot, learning from the manager as well quite a lot as well, and other managers too. But now's not the right time for me to be jumping into becoming a player coach or being a coach or anything like that. I think I've still got a lot to offer on the field or within the lads in the training ground as well.
Scott, you say the first you heard that Neil was leaving was when you read it in the papers. Did you not have any inkling? Had you not mentioned it at all?
No, it was quite quiet. We had a day off, and it was late at night that we found out. And as I say, it was a sad thing, but it wasn't one of those ones that we're 100% sure because it was in the paper at the time, and there was a lot of rumours floating about. But it's a sad day when we found out. Sent a text message just to make sure he was okay.
Were you surprised?
That he resigned, yes, but it's the best decision that he felt was right at the time. So we've got to back the manager on that point.
Neil said, I think Sunday after the Ross County game, he wanted to stay for the rebuild. Do you think he could have turned things round?
He's done it before for Celtic, and especially in my first time as manager. He came in the last 10, 12 games of the season, and we were a team that was struggling. We couldn't get wins, and he's came in and he's boosted everyone's confidence, and he got some fantastic results as well. I know we got knocked out the cup against Ross County at Hampden, but except from that, I think we won 12 games in a row, and it was just that momentum that was starting to take us in, and he manages to get the job, and that momentum taking us through the first 3 league campaigns that we won.
Does his departure change your situation in any way come the end of the season and your future?
I've not really thought about it that way, but it's still it's a sore one. I think for me, I just play it game by game, see what's going to happen at the end of the season. Me and Peter's had a couple of chats, me and John's had a couple of chats as well, so just take it game by game, see how it's going, see if I'm still able to keep ticking over in games, or if I'm still round about the lads, and see what's best for me at the end of the season.
Thank you.
Scott, see when the dust is eventually settled among supporters, do you think most of them, if not all of them, will remember Neil Lennon for what he did achieve over the years, as opposed to what he didn't this season?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's what everyone should, because he was a fantastic servant to this football club, and he gave everything that he could possibly give, and so there's always going to be ups and downs, but no matter what, the manager always believed that he could come out the other side of it.
What do you think needs to happen now in the next 6 to 8 weeks or whatever's left of this season?
We've got to start winning games. It starts tomorrow against Aberdeen. It's always a hard game. Derek McInnes has got them well organised, so it's going to be a hard game, but we need to make sure that we play good football, start winning games and start scoring goals.
Scott, is there a feeling in the squad that this is a bit of an end of an era, sort of opportunity to rebuild going forward?
Yeah, as soon as a manager goes, there's always that little bit of an ending of the era, and plus for myself as well, I'm not getting any younger, so yeah, it's a sad time. There's a lot of people in this building that wants to push on, that wants to keep playing for this football club. So John's came in. It's, as I say, it's game by game now, as we understand. So we'll just take it from there and try and get back to winning ways.
Is it a positive thing though, having John there, to have that sense of continuity as well?
Yeah, definitely. He knows all the lads inside out. He's been here for a long, long time. He's done every single job at this club. Now he's getting a chance to be interim manager there now, and just to show them what he can do. And there'll be a lot of things that will be similar, but as every manager comes in, they want to change a couple of bits and bobs, but that's football, that's what happens.
So how would you say that John's management style differs from Neil's?
We've not had a game yet. We've been in 2 days, so we'll wait and see that in the future.
Do you expect much difference? You said they're very similar, but in terms of actual player management, do you expect much difference at all?
We'll just find out in the next few games, and both of them are winners. Both of them are fantastic guys. They want to do a lot of tactics, work on scoring goals, winning games, and different formations as well. So the philosophies are quite similar, but there's always, as a new manager comes in or interim manager comes in, there'll be some small tweaks that they want to make, and that'll maybe help us out in the long term.
As club captain, have you been given any indication at all of when the club plan on appointing a permanent successor, or do you think that's just for the board to decide?
Yeah, it's the board's decision. That's nothing to do with me. We need to just concentrate on ourselves, and as I say, try and get back to winning ways. And the board have brought in fantastic managers in the past, so we've got a lot of faith in them doing that again.
Scott, how is, if you're there next season or not, how would you feel if a sporting director came in at Celtic to assist the manager, and what impact do you think that has on personnel in terms of players?
As it stands now, we've not got one, so for me it's whether the board bring one of them in, but that's not my decision yet again. That's out of my hands, and if I'm here next season, then if somebody else is in, we can talk about it then.
And what's going to determine, do you think, if you are there next season from a personal point of view?
If I think I can still keep playing, if I think I can keep up with the lads as well, and I feel still good, I still feel fit, but it depends if new manager comes in, John stays, whatever the script is, and as well. So I've got a lot of time to sit down, think about it over the summer as well.
And do you think a lot of that is going to be based on what the new manager thinks as well as what you think?
Yeah, totally. I think a new manager might come in and see me just turning 36 and think that he doesn't want me part of it or whatever, but I'm big enough and old enough to take that on the chin. So my decision at the end of the day is I'll chat to Peter and we'll work something out maybe before that happens, or we'll wait till see if there's a new manager coming in or not.
But you, Scott, wouldn't like to be considered. You say it's too early in your career to move into the coaching side of things. You wouldn't be considered, put yourself forward for the manager's job?
Definitely not. You need experience in coaching and being around the first team and stuff like that. And I know a lot of people dive in, but this is a huge club, a fantastic club, and there's been people here for 10, 15 years that have done coaching, and you can't throw somebody like myself in beside any of those names, that's for sure.